How we doing, folks? This is Mike. I'm joined by Mike today. And welcome to, I think we can officially say it, season 2 of the Why Not Us podcast. Mike, why not us? Great to see you.
Great to see you too, man. Glad to be back.
Man, uh, you okay? Things good? It's been a while since we spoke. I think, want to just take some time to catch up if everyone will allow that. Been a lot of reasons why we haven't put out a podcast. Number one being it's the off season. We're gathering our thoughts. We're resetting in a lot of different ways. We'll speak to our individual approaches to the matter, but I think people are giving us a pass for this little stint we took here. This can be a normality, and welcome to season 2, right?
Yeah, I think, we won a national championship with the Gators. I have the hat on, wanted to remind everybody. Not sure if you saw it on my Instagram today, but, we were together for that. And the Florida Gators are pretty much the only thing we're together for. So then we hit the off season and we had to plan for the new season. And as much as we're good friends, like we can't give away everything to each other.
Only 4 months since the Gators won a national championship. I just did that math in my head. Only 4 months? It feels like it's got to feel like longer, right? Holy shit.
And it's felt awesome the whole damn time.
I'm going to push back just a little bit there. I don't know if it was awesome the entire time. Not all of it. No. I'm going to put my foot down, actually.
Oh, why is that?
Well, I had a little oopsie. Or, Mike, the best way I can explain what happened to me in one of maybe the more dramatic moments of my life is that I heard the fucking whistle, man. I heard the fucking whistle. We were teasing at it for months. And let's take it back a bit, Mike, because, we did a podcast, I think about 2-3 months ago before this thing I'm referencing. And before that, we, kind of had to go with it as we will vibe, mainly because we were on the best bender of our lives. We went to Vegas. I won 2 championships. You won 1. I mean, the Florida fucking Gators. We traveled a shit ton. We saw a sphere. You did a triathlon. Like, life was just hitting us, and we were really proud of us, man. Like, we just rode it. We went down the wave.
Yeah. And I think I see where you're going to go here. And I think the interesting thing that I just want to put out there is I think you handled a Super Bowl win as well as anybody could by turning that into one of the most insane benders that maybe anyone's ever seen. And I turned that into taking my depression and anger out on getting in shape and getting ready to run a triathlon. And I think it's interesting that, we'll hear the whole story, but we look back on it now, and now I'm the one on the bender, and you're the one, not to spoil it, but doing 75 hard.
Wow.
So yeah, let's figure out how we got to this point.
Well, we can debate that when we get to the outcomes of what is happening. The point of what we're trying to do right now is recap our past as quick as we can in this podcast so that we can talk about what we love most. I won't say the words yet. Those words will be an exciting words to say. But yeah, the Eagles Super Bowl set up a lot of things. It set up some of the best months of my life. I spoke about a lot of them. Our friends listen to this. Like, people saw me. I was having a lot of fun. And I knew in my head, I was like, this is going to come to an end by something dramatic that happens. And, I don't even think the word dramatic is something I can attest to it because it was extremely dumb what happened. I got blackout drunk with my friends on a Friday night, as I do pretty much every Friday night. I've gotten very good at it. And I just kept going, and I got like blackout drunk. And we're adults. It's pretty rare to have the blackout. And I had one of those nights, which, like, good nights to have because it's all part of the story, right? And yeah, I eventually Irish goodbye'd. That's how you knew I was pretty drunk that night. And I went to go, I believe I was going to get Zins at a 7-Eleven, and I hopped on a scooter, which is just kind of what I did in Denver. It's a very scooter friendly, I wouldn't say friendly, but scooter accessible city. I scooter to work, scooter to the bar, scooter to my friend's house. Try not to drive as much as possible. scooter accessible, right? Public transportation is a big thing in DC. We don't have that here, so we scooter. Scooters are bad. Out on scooters. They shouldn't be allowed. Why was I allowed to get on it? I crashed on my face. Everyone already knows. I crashed on my face. So I got a nasty scar on my lip. Went to the ER that night. It was tough for like 72 hours, like just a lot of dentist work and shit. I lost a tooth. I'll show everyone. If you're on YouTube, you'll see it. Uh-huh. Yeah. You see that?
Oh,
For now.
I've never seen that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I had a little like flipper thing that was attached to this tooth. I had to get a root canal on this one. And then it fell off. So now I have to wear this like retainer thing until I get the like official fake tooth, which is next month. So
Nice.
yeah. So, I really after that, and I handled it pretty well. Wouldn't you say? Didn't I handle the whole thing, I think, decently well? Like I didn't really let it get to me.
As best as someone could handle it. I mean, I can't say I can relate because I haven't been in a situation like that. But yeah, you take it on the chin, sometimes figuratively, sometimes literally, and you keep moving.
Dude, yeah, it's I just kind of took the time. I was like, well, that fucking happened. Oh well. I always think I've done a good job of that. It's like when shit hits me in the face or even shit goes well, it's like, all right, on to the next. Like, it's all you can do. So I just spent like 10 days at home. I went into hiding. I let my face get better to a manageable extent. And then like 10 days later, I was presenting for work on a stage. And really, after kind of that lazy period, I was like, all right, well, I heard the whistle. Now I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's a really freeing feeling. Like, honestly, I remember getting in a breakup and then being like, all right, well, now what's next? It was very similar. Like, all right, it's like the end of an era or a phase and like, what's next? So I decided to be an athlete. I did 75 hard. I started it. I was just like, you know what? People have done this. Keezer, you, Mike. I know maybe you did the soft version. Josh Clark. Like a lot of people from UF and Theta Chi's had like done it out of college, and it seems like to not like turn lives around, but it was a nice reset. Like all great things if you can get through it. And I threw myself into it, and I'm on day 48, and I'm gonna make it. Like I'm down the home stretch now, but yeah, sorry for the ramble. I needed to get my little like reset story in there because it was a big life event that happened. And I'd say part of the reason we didn't podcast too, because I didn't have a very pleasurable face to look at. Most would argue I still don't, but it was pretty gross.
Yeah, I mean, I think, when life hits you and you get knocked down, it's not about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And Philly guy Rocky said that best. And I think you handled it pretty much as well as you could. And I think as many trials and testaments that I've faced throughout this summer and throughout the pain of watching you win the Super Bowl that I've overcome through going on a super epic bender post triathlon. I think you've handled
Yeah.
that with absolute grace throughout the 75 hard, doing it in the summer, arguably the best time to be drinking and partying and not caring about your physical
Yeah.
health. And you've done a thing that you've always done best, which is do what you want and not care about anyone else. And pop the fuck off and do 75 hard. And coincidentally, it does finish at a really good time for you. And I think, like you said, you're in the home stretch. You're going to do it. You're going to be in great shape. You're already in pretty good spirits. And you're going to look back on that moment like, yeah, like, did I need that whistle? Like, need is a harsh word, but like, some good things came from that whistle. Not all
Yeah.
whistles are bad.
Sure. No, I like kind of wanted the whistle, man. I needed halftime. I needed it to slow down a bit. Like things could have gone even worse than what happened. As crazy as that sounds, like I fell on my fucking face and lost a tooth. But I'm gonna make a full recovery. Like I'm gonna look just like myself, and that's what I kept telling myself. And if the whistle maybe had been blown 2 months later than that, or hell, when the Eagles go back to back and it's like after that Super Bowl, like then I could have died. This was looking back, a well-timed whistle. I'm going to finish hard. I want to get to your updates. We'll start with that. You moved to a new apartment, and it's about like 20 seconds in between when you respond to what I say. So we're playing a little like phone tag right now, but it's fun. But give me the Michael Schweidal rundown of the past 2 months. Like what's been top of mind for you, brother?
Yeah, I think I went hard for the triathlon, which was, something I signed myself up for when, maybe I thought I needed it. Did I really need it? I don't know. But it was a true testament of my not only athletic ability, I still got it, but also my mental fortitude and the fact that I could prove to myself that I still had it. And I persevered. I did it. I did end up going on a bit of a bender while working at the US Open for the 2 weeks leading up to the triathlon, which did not help me on race day. But I showed up to race day, and long story short, I told myself, I'm just gonna fucking do it. And so what did I do? I showed up and I just fucking did it. And after taking work very seriously and not drinking as much and not going on a bender, as I watched you and other people go on a bender, I decided
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Mike Summer. Like, I've got Mike Monday already.
Yeah.
I'm pushing for Mike Morning for all of Mike's. That one's still TBD, kind of up in the air. I decided it's Mike Summer. And I have successfully made it Mike Summer, and I've gone on a pretty epic bender myself. It'd be nice for us to go on a bender at the same time, but I think the world simply wouldn't be able to handle that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I've popped
No,
off.
no, no.
I've done a lot of travel. I've done a lot of
No,
drinking.
football
I've done a lot of
seasons are bender
partying.
together.
100%. And I think we're both ready for that.
Oh, I said the word. My bad.
You did say the word, and I guess with that, you can officially announce that the end of your 75 hard just so happens to be
Yeah.
what, 3 days before the game?
2 days. Day 75 is the Tuesday before Eagles Cowboys, which we're gonna treat obviously very seriously. Like, yeah, let's just speak to it now. When the schedule release came out, well, I think we mentioned already, but like that was a pretty cool moment for us. Like, we get to hop into a new NFL season with the game that means more to us than any other game. Anyways, hey, and I'm doing a triathlon too. 2 weeks from now. I didn't give myself the training window you gave yourself, but I think it's you were an inspiration in the regard of just signing up and willpowering your way through it. But I think I'll definitely be ready for it. Are triathlons in? are we
I
are
think
we are we
triathlons are in.
triathlon guys?
Everyone's out here doing marathons. Like, yeah. Anyone can go out and do a marathon, but like, who's out here doing triathlon?
Right? We need to do. I talk about life goes in phases. I like this ideology I have in my early 20s. It's like, all right, well, now I'm in my athlete phase. All right, now I'm in my bender phase, like partying or now I'm in my work phase. Like the next 2 months, like it's only work. Now I'm in my girl phase. Like I just care about girls, and like that's the only thing on my fucking mind. My next phase will be bum. I'm going back to being a bum. I need it. I want to be on my couch and watch football all fucking day. And I want to make dumb bets. And I want to chime off in every group chat I'm in. And I want to do way too many fantasy leagues. And I want to I just want that to be my entire life for the next 4 months again.
So I think
Relatable?
it's safe. It's safe to say that football is still in.
Oh, let me tell you, football is in. Like, we had a whole plan. Our one plan this podcast was like, let's talk about the past as much as we fucking can, because there's a lot to get through. We missed a lot, and then let's go to football, and we can't not talk about football. I mean, to chime through the past things, like let's just ramble them off, right? Like let's just throw them out. I'll start with this one, Scotty Scheffler. the fucking man. The one thing I'll say about this whole Scotty Scheffler, he wins the Open, he wins the PGA, is that the whole golf year started with Rory winning the Masters, and that was like really the first big tournament. And I did an emotional podcast monologue about it because it was a really awesome moment. And then like you know how much has to happen and how dominant you have to be for like that to be such an afterthought this golf season. That's what Scotty Scheffler just did. Like he is the closest thing we've seen to the dominant Tiger guy, and it's still not close, which says a lot about Tiger. But this one guy, I have no idea who this was, but he put it perfectly. And I love the Scotty versus Rory all time debate already, because Rory, you never bet on him in a tournament or go into a tournament and say, I expect Rory to win. You hope he does. There's a good chance he does because of the talent. But Scotty Scheffler, when he walks into a tournament, you expect him to win. And the only other person that has ever been able to do that is Tiger Woods. And got to give all my respect to Scotty Scheffler. I know there's a part of Scotty Scheffler you don't respect, but got to lay the respect on the table first.
No, 100%. And I completely agree. Closest thing to Tiger. Unfortunately, due to his age, he won't catch Tiger in the accolades, in the wins, and won't surpass him as the greatest golfer ever. I think it would be fascinating to see if Scotty could have gotten going at an earlier age, but obviously that's what makes Tiger so great, is that he was literally winning Masters, multiple of them, in his early 20s. And nobody is the best at their sport in their early 20s, especially golf. And Tiger was. So it is interesting to see the stats where Scotty's stats do compare to Tiger's. It's just that Scotty was starting at a later age, so he has less years to catch up. I mean, it's never going to happen. But the period of dominance that Scotty Scheffler has had over the last 2+ years has been absolutely unbelievable, where, like you said, he walks into a tournament and it is literally Scotty versus the field.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, like even his elite year stats compared to like Tiger 2000, it's not even close. But yeah, Scotty Scheffler, the fucking man. What's your next thing from the past?
I mean, we can go into more golf, but we'll hit the Ryder Cup at some point. Um, I'd like to hit on baseball really quick, and I think now that we're gonna keep ripping podcasts, ideally weekly, we'll
I'd
get
love
into
to.
more and
I'd
more
love to talk
baseball.
baseball.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of directions where we can go to start. Uh, Obviously, we're hopping on the podcast while the Yankees are in their worst slump of the season. So I'll go to the completely opposite side of the spectrum for
They're
me.
so bad.
I recently visited Fenway. I went to go support for work. If you saw it in the news, the food and beverage company that I work for, their union in Fenway, their employees were striking. So they flew a bunch of us out there to help work the weekend for the Dodgers versus Red Sox, one of the biggest weekends. And I hate to say it, but Boston's kind of cool. No. Have you been?
Yeah, no.
Okay. I mean,
Nah.
Fenway, historic, pretty cool. Green Monster, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Red Sox in a green uniform, super not cool. Duck boats, cool. Boston as a city,
I like
cool.
seafood. Seafood's cool. It seems like a pretty city. I just, obviously fuck Boston sports, and I've never been, but I do find it crazy. I've never been. It's like one of those cities. It's like, how have I not been to Boston? But I think it was the same until you went on that trip. So, uh, while we're kind of talking about work, because you were there for work, as your talent agent, your sports agent, you've been having a little life kind of thing going on. Maybe not, we don't have to get into the jazz of it given its work, but like essentially you might be getting recruited by a city right now. You're a free agent on the open market, and it's a home in a city that's making its way in the headways as kind of the front runner in the clubhouse to acquire Michael Schweidel professionally. And I don't think you could have ever guessed it would be this city, but Michael, the city of brotherly love wants you to be a part of their team. They want you to take your talents to Broad Street. Uh, and you know, you don't have to speak to all of it right now, but it's just I'm letting the audience know that there's an active situation we are monitoring in the Why Not Us headquarters, and it's the fact that Michael Schweidel could be joining my team before I
Yeah,
ever did.
I
I've
mean,
never even lived in Philly.
yeah, it's true. I still have a few years left on my rookie contract, and I'm I'm outperforming the contract. So I'm kind of like Micah Parsons right now. Uh like maybe like Micah Parsons of a year ago where like he asked for a contract extension because he wanted to stay in Dallas and Jerry Jones said fuck you. Um I I have no problem with DC. There's nothing tying me to DC, so I could leave. And yeah, uh Philly's calling my name. And Philly is pretty much the last place that I expected to call my name and the last place that I expected to be interested in. And I still hate the city of Philly, but opportunity and money talk. And there is a legitimate
No,
possibility
you
that I
know,
could get traded mid-season.
well, dude, it's just there is haters right now. There's people saying, not me, but you're a Cowboys fan, you're a Knicks fan, you're a Yankees fan. Like you people like Alex Orr will always just toss around the bandwagon title with you. If you go to the defending Super Bowl champions, like, and they go back to back, even like you kind of look like a bandwagon fan, man. And you would have to be in Philly for back to back Super Bowls. Like, would you be alive at the end of that? You know, that's a possibility, a big one.
What's worse, Kevin Durant joining the Warriors or me joining Philadelphia?
Oh, it's a big debate. I'd say that you joining Philadelphia is worse, uh, because Philadelphia doesn't even want you. They're like, we don't. He's a loser. He doesn't win. His teams don't win. He's never seen a championship besides the Gators until this year. And now he has a hothead and goes on this fucking bender and does a triathlon. Like, we don't want him. We want people that will burn the city down. No, well, it's an active monitoring situation. Um, okay, I got another one for you.
Hit me.
Uh, First of all, DJs are dope. Chris likes the fucking man. His album ripped. And Michael Schweidel, you're a pussy for not coming to New York while I was there and going to see Chris Lake with essentially a Vegas 2.0 trip. Shout out Remy, Coakley, Sean. Great fucking weekend. I was still a bitch and doing 75 hard, so I didn't get to like drink and like go full Jaws mode, but I did good for being like sober. I stayed out. I had an early flight to go to a conference in Texas right after. So like I set up kind of like a bender within the bender, still with the athlete mindset. It was dope. I ran 10 miles before that concert and stayed out till 4 a.m. I was like straight willpower and you know, figure out the rest of the puzzle piece. But shout out DJs. I wanted to get that one in there real quick. It's a summer of DJs. Like they're taking over. Everyone's having fun. House music is the best. I fucking love house music. It's the best. I know the 80s were sick and shit, and like listening to those throwback bangers, it's very nostalgic to be like, damn, this is what people listen to. But we have it best. Like going to a bar and someone's just throwing down on the decks and it's oonce, oonce, oonce music and you just have to dance. And if you don't dance, then we know that you're a loser. It's kind of like the best way to like speed date, honestly. It's like going to a bar, who's dancing, those are the only people I want to talk to. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm in on house music, clearly in on dancing. Little shout out to Tim Yee, the other member
Yeah.
of our Vegas trip. He came to the mountains with me, and we also had a great time. So it was a bit of a Vegas reunion for everybody.
Yeah, it was kind of
Um,
both. Yeah.
But yeah, DJs rock, Chris Lake rocks. Need to go to Red Rocks and see someone rock at Red Rocks because that would rock. And
Yeah.
keep the house music coming.
Keep house music alive. It's if you don't like house music, this is what I've always said. You just haven't figured it out yet. Like everyone loves house music. Uh well, while we're finishing up like baseball has been great this year. This has been my like favorite year of watching baseball. Kyle Schwarber, I'm pushing two agendas when it comes to baseball. The first being pay that man whatever the fuck he wants. If he somehow leaves Philly like he did with Chicago, it will be an extremely sad day. You cannot let that happen. And Kyle Schwarber MVP. He's way cooler than Ohtani. He has more home runs. He has more RBIs. He has very similar stats. Ohtani isn't even a good pitcher this year. But Kyle Schwarber's the fucking man. Like he just had 6 RBIs last night. Every time he steps up to the plate, you think it's going to be a home run. During the All-Star week for baseball, which was a success, shout out Big Dumper. I don't know if you saw that. I didn't even watch, but they did a swing off for the like extra
Yep.
innings. It was sick, and he popped off. He was like the name of the All-Star game. It was sick. Shout out Kyle Schwarber. I'm so in on the Phillies right now. It is so bad. We're gonna lose in dramatic fashion. But for what it is right now, I just watched 2 nights in a row them dominate and the Mets lose by 1 run, and that's all I can ask for out of a Monday and Tuesday night. So,
Yeah, I think it's
what do
awesome
you
that the
got?
Phillies
What's
are
next?
doing well. I'm happy that the Phillies are doing well. I'm happy that we're going to see you crumble. We don't need to get to the Yankees because we'll hit that. On another note, a bit of a
Yankees
sad
suck.
moment.
Yankees suck, dude. They're so bad. They're so bad. The Yankees are awful. I went to the Subway Series on the 4th of July with my family, and I bet on the Yankees. I was a fan for a day. Awful team to root for. They can't pitch. They have like one good player. Just a terrible team. And sorry to get aggressive there, but we have had a very active dialogue. I've been trying to like get you out on the Yankees, and I think you're kind of there, but you'll be reeled back in like whenever you want. So
Yeah, Aaron Judge was back tonight. The Yankees still lost. They scored 0 runs and they had 2 hits in the entirety of the game, neither of them by Aaron Judge. So, on the same topic, I'm going to say in a very sad moment, and this might be the saddest moment of the entire podcast. Rest in peace to
oh,
7 hours of commercial-free football on Red Zone as we once knew it.
oh no. I was gonna also come here next. Yeah,
It
it's
was a good
a
run.
we're sports. It was a good run. It's I'm fascinated by this what just happened. ESPN acquiring Red Zone, NFL Network, and it's a really crazy deal. I can break it down in a sec, but I just want to call out that like our first few podcasts together, one of our big topics was just like what ESPN is doing and picking up like the NBA on TNT and firing all these people and just like we've always had an eye on what ESPN is doing presently and kind of what their master plan is. And this was a big wrinkle in it. It's so yeah, your initial thought, Mike, is like ESPN picks up Red Zone, 7 hours commercial free's ruined, Scott Hansen's ruined, like you're not going to get nostalgia from this. We still have details to come out, like where it's going to be streamed and all that. But your initial thought is like, "Fuck, this is fuck."
Yeah, I think it's interesting because ESPN is going through this major rebrand and they've posted about like the new ESPN. And obviously, they got rid of a bunch of people because they were losing money and they decided to go heavy on big personalities, which I personally fucking hate. And they've acquired NBA on TNT. They're going to keep the show supposedly. Apparently, it's going to be the same. I don't believe it. We'll wait till NBA season to see that. I'm going to give ESPN the benefit of the doubt and I'm going to let them ruin it, but I'm going to wait to shit on them until they ruin it. I'm just not confident at all that they won't ruin it.
Yeah, an extremely fair concern. We've seen this script before, but it's yeah, it's a two-sided deal. Like the NFL, they wanted to get rid of NFL Network. they essentially are getting now 10% of ESPN for this deal. So it's Red Zone, it's NFL Network, it's probably a big portion of like NFL Films. There's a lot of different parts. I think they get like more games now. Like the NFL is going international. It wants to be like the first thing you think about when you open your phone. Like ESPN has the most access than anyone when it comes to sports. Everyone knows that. So it's kind of a no-brainer deal when you think about it. Um, Now, I'm with you, man. Like, I do think just because of the track record, they're gonna fuck this up. Same thing with the NBA and TNT, that conversion. Like, it's really hard for me to believe that they're gonna say, all right, like people love both of these elements so much that we just bought. Literally, all we have to do is not fuck it up, but they're gonna fuck it up. Now, like, here's what I'll say. Here's a chance to win me back, ESPN. If you do bring those two guys on, these two huge sports shows, like two of the most popular sports related things you can watch on television, and you just don't make us hate it, then we'll be proud of you. So I'm giving you the chance to not fuck it up, ESPN.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna give
guess
them the chance as well, and I'm interested, and I actually think they won me back a little bit. Actually,
a little
at the
bit.
ESPYS. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
impressed with
The
them at the
ESPYS was sick. Let's
ESPYS,
hit that.
and I was just
They're making good
shocked.
decisions. Like we're
I
lagging
was
a lot.
just, yeah. All right, I'm going. I was just shocked that they brought Shane Gillis on to host the ESPYS and let him say everything that he said because he was fucking
Yeah,
hilarious. But it's very unlike ESPN for them to allow something like that. And maybe they'll allow Scott Hansen
yeah.
to be Scott Hansen and everything else.
We could take this down a wormhole. I might be reaching for the stars here, but what ESPN is doing is a very common theme we're just seeing around the entire world, right? Or not the entire world, the entire nation. And it's that like ESPN is forming their product to their audience. And they're not going to shove I'm not going to go that far, but you saw like the Sydney Sweeney like American Eagle jeans ads. Of
Yep,
course you
yep.
did. They're gorgeous. We love them. We love them. A lot of people love them. I'd say most people love them. There's some that don't. And those same some were ones that were very loud, notably 4 or 5 years ago. Leave it at that. And it's organizations, people that need to make money, American Eagle, ESPN, they're forming to their audience. So yeah, they're going to throw Shane Gillis on stage. You know why? Most people like Shane Gillis, especially your audience. They're going to pick up Red Zone. They're going to pick up NBA on TNT. As a salesperson, a man of in the business world that likes to contribute to shareholder value, I sit back on my couch and I look at the moves that ESPN has made, and I can't be mad because they're the right moves. They are. I can still, however, be mad when they fuck it up, which they probably will. So it's just very fascinating stuff. I also just think like when you get older, like I think I'm reaching a point where I'm able to take a macro view on a lot of these like weird like contract deals and just shit in the news and be like, I think it's part of this bigger picture. Are you coming to a point in your life where you're starting to think more like a dad is really what I'm asking?
No, it's funny you say that. I think I've done an incredible job throughout the entire 24, almost 25 years of my life where I have not changed one bit. And especially after graduating college and getting a job, I figured I'd probably have to like change and mature and grow up and like figure out how to do this whole adult thing. And like, it's not that I've really
No.
resisted it or pushed back. It's just that I've been like so damn good at life without having to do that that I don't think I ever will.
Just didn't stop. Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm
It's
not
it's
mad
you've
at
done
it.
it great. You've done it great. No, it's you've just essentially just there's an expectation that you kind of have to cut off and become that or do 75 hard or whatnot. You did 75 hard or 75 soft and just stayed the same. Like nothing can phase you. Not even the Dallas Cowboys, who are a mess. You're just unfazed. You're just Michael Schweidel. Respect to you, Michael. Never change.
Thank you. I never will. And yeah, you bring up the Dallas Cowboys. I think
Yeah, so now that I've given you a slight compliment, now let me ruin you for the next 20 minutes of this podcast. Not ruin you. Let's talk football though.
I'm ready for football. I think some
Yeah,
people
I'm ready
last
for football.
season may have met a version of me that you and a few others decided to call delusional Mike. Is that what it was?
Delusional cowboy Mike.
Delusional cowboy Mike. That's right. That is what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
He went.
Delusional Mike is when you are playing caboose at the blackjack table and you decide to split threes on a 10. That is delusional Mike. Delusional cowboy Mike is, well, he's in peak form right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're in August of the calendar year, which means that you will not find a more delusional cowboy Mike than right now. Before the Cowboys have stepped on a fucking football field, this is peak Mike. Let's take it in while you can, folks.
The Cowboys and the Eagles are both undefeated this year. So round of applause to us. Neither one of them has lost.
We also haven't lost a lock of the week yet.
And shout out to us for that as well. And the beauty of this is the Cowboys are in California training and practicing, learning the plays, meeting their new head coach who was already on the team that apparently had to meet the players. And delusional Cowboy Mike is all in on Cowboys +7.
No, you're not, dude. You're not in on Cowboys +7. Please tell me why you are possibly in on the Cowboys covering a touchdown versus the Eagles the first week of the season on Banter night. Give me it, Mike. I please tell me.
If the Eagles are truly still the best team in the league, and I think there's no choice but to say that after they win a Super Bowl. When is the best time in the season that you want to play the best team in the league? Week 1. The answer is week 1 because the team is a little rusty. They might start slow. They're still learning the plays. They've got a new offensive coordinator. The Eagles lost some pieces. I think it's hard to argue that the Eagles got better. And I think it's hard to win a Super Bowl and still get better because clearly you had really good pieces that then went and got paid. So no shade on the Eagles, but I don't think the Eagles got better this offseason. And the Cowboys absolutely got better this offseason. I'm not sure how you guard CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. We have 6 different running backs that we can fire at you. We have a sick backup quarterback. Our offensive line is better. The defense is better and healthy. And Dak Prescott is as healthy as he has been since his rookie year. I don't know who's calling the plays. I don't know what the plays are. I don't even know who our offense coordinator is. I think he was the Cardinals offensive line coach last year. Frankly, I don't fucking care because the Eagles are having a Super Bowl hangover. We have film on Jalen Hurts in that offense. Those pussy-ass cornerbacks are having a sophomore slump. The Super Bowl hangover is still there. And I heard A.J. Brown's still reading the same damn book.
Well done, delusional cowboy Mike. Well done. Some of your best work. And we're only 4 weeks away till Thursday night.
His tooth came out. I'm already punching him in the fucking teeth.
4 weeks. I'm going to have a tooth by that fucking game, and I'm going to finish 75 hard before that fucking game. While you've been a piece of shit this fucking whole summer, I've been making like Jalen Hurts. I haven't put on my fucking Super Bowl ring yet. I'm going to go win another. So I'm going to do 75 hard now, and I'm going to go in with so much momentum into this week 1 game that the +7 was an afterthought with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's not going to, these guys, they don't want to talk about the Super Bowl. They don't want to put on their rings that are super sick, by the way, and fucking flap. They just want to go back under the offensive line and maul you. This team just wants to break everyone. I love them. I love them. Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson. You can talk about all you want, the changes that this team makes. They'll still always be the best in the trenches for at least the next 2 years. And that's the number one most important thing. Then they have a quarterback that just wants to fucking win. That's all he wants to fucking do. The Cam Newton debates, the Jalen Hurts is in top 5. The fucking idiots still putting guys like Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert above Jalen Hurts. Forget about it. He's outplayed Mahomes in 2 fucking Super Bowls. He's gone to the playoffs every fucking year he starts. He's even walked into places like Arrowhead and Buffalo in late season with the 30th ranked defense in the league and won those games too. That's all I'll say about my quarterback. Me and Mike talked about my quarterback for 30 minutes before this podcast so I could get it all out with him before I spoke more about Jalen Hurts on the pod. You bring up a good point about the defense, Michael. There are some rotating facts, and I told you on the phone before that I'll admit there's a possibility the Cowboys step in and, they could maybe put up 30 points, right? George Pickens would have to have a good day on whoever our quarterback 2 is. And Nakobe Dean would still have to be injured. And you'd have to find a running back by then. But it could happen. However, one thing I said about the Eagles before last year that I was inevitably wrong about was that they would have the best offense ever. They didn't. They started slow. It took them a little bit to get the grass underneath them. But now they've won a Super Bowl. They put up 95 points in the NFC Championship and Super Bowl. And my big prediction, is that the Eagles will have the best offense of all time this year. And they will, I think, win every game. I don't think they'll lose. The Philadelphia Eagles are the greatest team ever assembled in NFL history. Ever.
I think it's really unfortunate. Man. I think you missed a major window. You talked about the Florida Gators have only been national champions for 4 months. Well, the Philadelphia Eagles have been Super Bowl champions for the entire offseason, and they still get to hold that for the 5 months of the season. But, the time is running out. And frankly, you said it yourself, along with all the other idiot players on the team. We don't care about the last one. We want to win the next one. You know what sucks more than not appreciating winning a Super Bowl? Fucking not winning a Super Bowl. So you guys should have celebrated. You should have partied. The city of Philadelphia should still be up in flames right now. And there should be trash and shit all over the fucking streets because that's what you fucking idiots do. And you didn't do it. And you didn't appreciate it. And you're not going to win this year. And you're going to have a Super Bowl hangover. You're not going to be as good. You're going to lose week 1. Philadelphia's probably going to burn the city to the ground after they lose that game because they're going to be like, holy shit, what just happened? We don't know how to win because we're idiots and we just like being angry all the fucking time. And shame on you guys for not enjoying winning a Super Bowl because it's all downhill from here.
We fucking enjoyed it. I think we did a good job. We probably. I'll be the first to admit that I don't think anything would beat the first Super Bowl with Nick fucking Foles beating Tom Brady and being our first ever. It's kind of impossible to top that as far as celebrations go. And yeah, maybe there is a little part of the city and definitely the team that is like, you know what, we're so fucking good that one doesn't feel good enough. We got to win 2 now, and then maybe 3. Maybe that will bite us in the back, Mike. But that's not what we do. We're also delusional. We just want more. If a Super Bowl is not enough, especially for the national media that still have fucking room for doubt with Jalen Hurts, apparently. So it's just, we handled it good.
You guys
but
get greedy. I just hate to see you guys get greedy.
We're good. We're all right over here in Philly. I'm doing just fucking fine, Michael. I'm doing just okay. Okay?
Yeah. Drink a fucking beer, dude. God. Drink a beer.
It's so bad. So bad. Oh, I did a golf tournament this weekend on Friday, and it's like I've done it like 5 years in a row now. It's with all my high school buddies. It's a nice scramble. It's for a great cause on the Air Force Academy, and this is one of my days of the year where I just get blitzed, and then I'm just like at home, and it's a very comfortable. And I didn't get to do that. That one hurt the most. Same thing when I was in Manhattan and I was at the bar with Sean, and it was like this Irish speakeasy, which like that's been the worst. I'll go out and especially dance and shit, but when it's like a bar where you just talk to people and I have to like sit there with a fucking soda water lime, that one's tough. So I got stuck in one of those situations, and at one point a bartender was just sliding the two most perfect looking Guinnesses I've ever seen across the table. Nobody taking them; they're just sitting there looking at me. Those were my two big like I need a drink moments. And now I do need a beer right now. But hey, let it be known I'm gonna be fucking torched on that Thursday night game. You will not beat me that night. No way.
I just want you to like. Obviously, we'll get into the game as we get closer, and I don't even want to hit the rest of the NFL right now because I'm really enjoying what we're doing right now, and we'll get into it as we watch the preseason and like super overreact over like all of what's going on with like backup quarterbacks that are never going to touch the field. But like, I just really need you to think about a few things. One of them.
Okay.
Is how do you guard CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens? Don't need your answer now. Number two, is Miles Sanders better than Saquon Barkley? And number three, does Jalen Hurts know how to throw the football? I just want you to think about those things, specifically number two, because the people are saying that Miles Sanders might be better than Saquon Barkley on one individual night, and that might be the home opener. And the people, by the way, are just Miles Sanders. But I just want you to think about it.
Okay. While I think about that, can I give you something to think about? It's just one thing.
3 things.
I only need one thing.
Oh, one thing. Okay.
No, just one. I'm only going to give you one. Yeah, just one. It's long. It's a quote. It's a quote from one of my sources. One of my sources on the Cowboys. This is what he personally texted me. Yes, I wanted to be here. I did everything I could to show that I wanted to be a Cowboy and wear the star on my helmet. I wanted to play in front of the best fans in sports and make this America's team once again. This is my first time actually reading it. The team my boss and I grew up cheering for. My dude fell out up in Harrisburg, PA. That's next to Philly. Micah Parsons is gonna leave the Cowboys. You dumb fucking loser. And I don't have a fucking hate this retainer. It doesn't stay in my fucking mouth. Gotta end the pod. This is my retirement. Oh.
Micah Parsons is not leaving the Cowboys.
Yeah, Micah Parsons leaving the Cowboys.
Jerry Jones is a problem. Jerry Jones is a problem. Jerry Jones is a problem. The Jones family is a problem. But you know what? Jerry Jones does this with everybody where he fucks up by not paying them early like other teams. And then he realizes he's going to have to overpay for them. And you know what he does to make up for that? He becomes a really damn good businessman. And you know what a businessman does? He makes money. So he's like, fine, I'm going to have to overpay for Micah Parsons. All right, I'll wait and I'll sign him before the first week of the season because I know he can't afford to sit out. So I'm going to get the Cowboys back in relevant media. I'm going to make us money. People are going to buy our jerseys. People are going to talk about us. They're going to watch our TV show that just came out on Netflix. We're going to make a shit ton of money, and it's going to offset all the money that I now have to pay Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons, I'll see you.
Why is this a good thing? Wait, this is the worst. No, you should be pissed, Mike. You should be so pissed because you're looking at a team in the division, my team, that somehow can pay AJ Brown and can pay fucking Devontae Smith and can pay Lane Johnson and can pay their best quarterback, running back, all the offense, and then they're going to pay Jalen Carter on time. They're going to pay Nolan Smith. Like, why don't the Eagles fuck up? Like, they just won a Super Bowl because of how they can manage their talent, and the Cowboys can't keep 3 fucking players on their roster. Why are you glorifying this?
I can only
Be pissed
control
off
what I
right
can
now.
control. I can only control what I can control.
I don't believe
you know what
that.
I can control? Being a diehard Cowboys fan. But since I don't make fucking even 6 figures, I can't go out there and pay Micah Parsons.
But you guys can, as a whole, rise up and against Jerry Jones. There's still too much glorification of Jerry Jones. If this was happening in Philadelphia, we would have burned the fucking sports complex to the ground. You hold your
You guys
fucking
burn the sports
owner
complex to the
accountable.
ground when you fucking miss a field goal in a preseason game. That doesn't count.
It does. It does. We hold him accountable to a very dramatic effect and extent.
I think the major difference is that if Howie Roseman suddenly forgot how to be a GM, and I don't see that happening, you guys would fire him because you would riot, and then your owner would say, hey, the city of Philadelphia is going to burn down, and the mayor would probably call and be like, hey, you need to fucking fire this guy. And we don't have the privilege of doing that because if we call our owner to fire our GM, that would be the same guy firing himself, and he's not going to do that. So the only way to like escape this whole conundrum is like, and I'm not saying we're going to do it because we won't, and I won't be the one doing it. So like FBI, please don't come after me. But like we can't even take out Jerry Jones at this point. Like it's got to be Jerry Jones. It's got to be Stephen Jones. Like unfortunately, it's got to be like the whole Jones family because this is one of those where like you take out the top guy in the fucking terrorist group and like the next guy just fucking steps up. Like,
hey, and this shit tends to happen in Dallas, man. Top executives and people of power tend to get taken out in Dallas. I think we're seeing the motion. I'm trying to put it forward for you. I'm giving you advice, dude. The only way you can win a championship is by taking matters into your own hands. You can't let it come to you, Mike. You have to fix this problem, or else nobody's going to fix it. Cowboy fans, I'm going to call you out. You're too fucking soft. You're like Denver Nuggets fans. You're just soft. You're just cool with saying, "Oh, I'm America's team," even though there's no evidence to back it up. You're complacent, is what you are.
I just don't know what you want me to do about it. Besides, be a loyal fan. And I'm damn good at my job. My job is not to go on the football field and make plays. My job is not to be the coach and call plays. My job is not to be the GM and build a team. And my job is not to be the owner and to make money. My job is to be a fan and be loyal and supportive and drunk. And I am damn good at my job.
You are good at your job, Mike. You're good at your job. I'll give you that. Hey, on that note, you lost a bet to me recently. The Phillies beat the Yankees in a baseball series. I think you have to come to Denver and watch this week 1 game with me. That was the bet.
Yeah. That was the bet.
So we gotta figure that out. It's kind of, honestly, even though you lost the bet, it's kind of like ball in my court as far as like holding you accountable to do it. So there's a chance we might combine that with our good friend and old buddy Sean Andros, who I was going to mention in my blackout story, also likes to black out. He still does a great job of it. I'll give it to Sean. He's pretty good at blacking out still. It was his birthday the night after Chris Lake. He almost pussied out of going to Chris Lake. And I was like, you're not doing that. Because he was like, oh, he's going on from 2 to 4. I'm like, dude, you're an old man. But he powered through, dude. He got blitzed on his birthday. He was incapacitated. Not incapacitated. Like that's the good thing about Sean. He's a veteran. He'll still hold a conversation. Like to the baseline. It's like it's not gonna get anything worse to where it's like Matt Jenkins level. But like he'll hold it right there until as long as he can. And then
Hey, he's a gritty performer, and you gotta respect that out of him. He really has somehow tested the test of time, and he's beaten time. I think
he's doing good. He's doing good. A job he hates will definitely do that to you. You just want to go out and perform with what you're best at. And yeah, Sean Andros. We'll get him back on the pod here soon. A lot of people are in on the Patriots, and I'm not. I'm not.
I'm in on the Patriots.
Uh,
I'm
yeah,
in on the
you want to just end
Cardinals.
the pod by just you want to ramble off just who we're investing right now. It's stock season. We're investing, we're reinvesting, we're selling our stock. I'll start off by saying I'm going to buy even more stock, just like I did on our first episode of season 1 of the Why Not Us podcast. I'm going to do in season 2, episode 1 of the Why Not Us podcast. I'm going to buy even more Bo Nix stock. I'm in on the fucking Denver Broncos. They might be a top 5 team. They might fuck around and win the AFC. I think they win the AFC West. I like Sean Payton. I love Bo Nix. I'm in on the Denver Broncos. Give me more stock.
I like that. I'm in on the Broncos, not as much as you. I'm not going to go as far to say that they're going to dethrone the Chiefs in the AFC West. But can you give me some Steelers stock?
Yeah, take it. You take mine. I had like a very minimal amount left, and you can have mine. Here you go.
That's not enough for me. I want more. In on DK Metcalf being the new Devontae Adams. I think that Aaron Rodgers is not only going to throw him the ball 15 times, but also going to give him a bunch of ayahuasca so that he can remember how to catch a football. And that's going to be cool.
I am out on the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams has had a lot of concerning training camp videos about him throwing a football, which tends to be important when you play the quarterback position or are drafted number 1 overall as a generational talent. I know I'm not supposed to take that super seriously, but I'll just put it this way. I think Caleb Williams as a character, which is one of the most important things about being a quarterback in the NFL and winning, I think he's pretty much the opposite of Jalen Hurts, and for that reason, he's a loser. I think Ben Johnson is going to come into the Bears and try and channel a lot of what they built in Detroit, which was a break your kneecaps off type energy led by Dan Campbell. Only problem, Ben Johnson, not Dan Campbell. Tall white guy, kind of looks like me with a beard and older and has kids and a wife. And if I bring a Dan Campbell energy, me, to Bears training camp, they probably would hate me a lot. So out on the Bears.
In on the Bears, in on Caleb Williams, don't care about the footage,
Mm,
in on Ben Johnson.
mm,
I think the advantage that Ben Johnson has is that he's in
mm.
Chicago, where the Chicago Bears play that style of football already. So he's basically already has Dan Campbell without Dan Campbell with the city of Chicago. All he has to do is run really fun plays that make it really easy for Caleb Williams and make him look really good, just like he made Jared Goff look really good after Jared Goff was an average quarterback for the Rams.
Fair take. Fair take.
I'm in on the Rams, by the way.
Oh, that was your in. Was okay. Okay, I thought you were gonna give another one after that. Yeah, I'm also in on the Rams. I'll say the 2 teams I'm scared of most in the NFC: Rams in Nakua, Devontae Adams, great receiving core. O line questionable still, but like they had a bad one last year and made it through. And Jared Verse is only going to get better. Braden Fisk is only going to get better. That defense, I saw a graphic today. The Eagles and Rams have the cheapest defenses in the NFL, and probably both have top 5 defenses in the NFL. So the team that you just bought stock in, by the way, has the most expensive defense in the NFL. Steelers. They've been that way for about 8 years now. They don't spend on the offense; they spend on the defense. And they go 9-8 and lose in the wild card. And yeah, buy the stock. They gotta be better than 9-8 and win a playoff game for you to win money on that bet. Good luck. My other team in the NFC, sorry, the Bucks. I hate to say it. I hate the Bucks and I hate our friends that are Bucks fans. But I am in on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're in a bad division. They had kind of a down year when it comes to defense, led by Todd Bowles, and they kind of bolstered that defense up again. And I think they'll just be better, less injured for sure. And, Bucky Irving, really good receiving core, maybe a drop off with them losing their loser head coach or offense coordinator to Jacksonville, Duval. But yeah, I'm in on the Bucks. I hate to say it. I think they're could be a 2 seed, maybe even threaten for the 1 seed. And there's no place I hate going more in the playoffs than Tampa Bay, where the Eagles just can't seem to win.
Yeah, no, that all makes sense. But I'm out on the Bucks, and I'm out on the Bucks because Mike Evans is older, and Chris Godwin is older, and Baker Mayfield is older. Technically, every single player on the Bucks is a year older from when they started last season, and on top of that, that shitty division that you just talked about, that shitty division is less shitty because the Falcons are going to be better, and
Yeah.
the Panthers are going to be better, and the Saints were already dog shit, so they're just going to be more dog shit. And so out on the Bucks.
Okay. Speaking of old teams, I'm out on the Commanders as well because they're very old. In fact, older than most. They have like the oldest team in the NFL by a wide margin. Terry McLaurin, another old player on that team, might not even be on that team. Same thing with your guy Micah Parsons. I still can't believe my teeth came after that. And yeah, out on the Commanders. Like, love Jaden Daniels. I'll whisper into the mic, as we did a lot last year as Eagles Cowboys fans in the division, that Jaden Daniels is a fucking problem. And I'm really scared of that guy. He's really fucking good. He did lose an NFC championship game by like 30 points, but like he's still really scary. But I'm out on the Commanders. Are you out on the Commanders?
I'm not out on the Commanders just because of that guy, Jaden Daniels. Although I do think it'll be interesting to see how things go to start the season. They won a lot of close games last year. And as we saw with CJ Stroud last year, and as we've seen with a lot of people, once you get film on a guy, it's hard to replicate what you did. So if he's really that fucking athletic and that good, then he'll keep dunking on people. But he is going to have to do a lot more. And I don't know if he can do it. So sort of 50-50 on the Commanders, and hope I can be out on them.
So wait, give me your NFC East division rankings, like just early prediction. We'll do this for all the divisions, but like, how does the order end up then? If you're
Well, the beautiful thing is the Eagles can't win the division. We both know that nobody in the NFC East is allowed to win back-to-back years. So, gonna quickly slot the Eagles into the 2 spot. Then I think that automatically moves the Cowboys into the 1 spot because Dak Prescott's the healthiest been since his rookie year, and he loves Brian Schottenheimer, and he has 2 insane weapons. That smoozes the Commanders into the 3 spot because they fall back a little bit. Defense isn't great. Like, Jaden Daniels isn't going to keep hitting Hail Marys and game winners, so they don't win as many games. They don't win as many close games, kind of like the Vikings of a few years ago. And the Giants just fucking stink, so they can do whatever the fuck they want, but they're getting another top 5 draft pick. Go boys.
okay. All right. Well, there you have it. And the Eagles will win the division again. They will finally break that trend, but that trend seems to be unbreakable. So we'll see. Yeah, I think, yeah, I'm in on football. I'm so in on football. I need it. I can't wait. Football is, it's not there yet. There's a 3-letter phrase that we're going to scream pretty loudly. We did have the Hall of Fame game, but we're not going to say it yet. There's going to be a more emotional moment where we can say the 3 words. But for now, unless you had anything else, Michael, what I would say, another 3-letter phrase, is why not us? Why
not us,
couldn't
Mike?
it just be us? We we're back, folks. Weekly podcasts. Football season is here. We're taking it up a notch. It could just be us in the NFL season this year. It could just be us. We didn't even talk college football one sentence this whole podcast. That's how much we're coming after it this season. I'm gonna shut up now, and I'm still looking at a blurry Michael face like this entire time. So we need to figure that out for the next podcast too. I'd like to be able to communicate in an efficient manner. But for now, why not us?
It's fucking us.